Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're back once again talking about the LCS offseason, the latest and greatest news, rumors, speculation, all that good stuff going on in the professional League of Legends scene. More specifically today we're talking about North America, we're talking about TSM, we're talking about their academy lineup a little bit because at this point most of the lineups in the LCS are finalized, if not all the lineups are maybe completely finalized at this point. If not, it's very, very close. There's maybe one or two players around the league that are not officially signed and done yet. But TSM Academy, a lot of Academy teams are not finalized yet. TSM Academy is one of those teams, and this is the latest that Applehead is hearing. So first up, he says, TSM Academy, Cody Sun, Breezy. He's talking about their bot lane, Cody Sun, AD carry, Breezy being support. That would be interesting. He said he still thinks Solo is going to be the top laner. Support could be an import. So, he's suspecting Breezy due to the fact that Dignitas Academy is looking like it might be Zeyzal and Apollo. There is a possibility of Dignitas Academy, Cody Sun too, if TSM doesn't get him. TSM Junior Dan. Alorum is looking outside of North America. I know previously he said he'd be open to like European Regional League offers and stuff like that. That'll be interesting to see if anything like that works out. And then Applehead did tweet his percentage chances, what he's thinking right now. So right now, in the top lane, he's saying it's 60-40 between Solo and Hauntzer, which I think is really, really interesting. He's saying that there's no chance that they go with a young top laner. He's saying 100% chance it's going to be Solo or Hauntzer. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. I personally think that's a great idea. Because TSM is trying to win now. They're trying to win in the short term. They also obviously want to build for the future, but they already have a young jungler. They already have a up-and-coming AD carry. So you don't need just a ton of, young players. At some point, you do need some players to try and win now. And obviously, one of the huge question marks for TSM headed into 2021 is the top lane, is Huni. Are they going to get, SKT Huni? Are they going to get Fnatic Huni? Or are they going to get the North American Huni that we've seen a lot of the times on, numerous different teams in North America? So having a solid backup option in the academy team, I think would be a great call. Now, personally, I'm more leaning towards Hauntzer than Solo, but again, I don't know what the relationship is between Hauntzer and TSM. I don't know what the relationship is between Hauntzer and Bjergsen, Hauntzer and Reggie. Obviously, we've heard that there's potentially some burned bridges there, potentially some bad feelings. Hauntzer didn't really leave TSM on the best terms. There were some attitude issues, work ethic issues. There was even some rumors of him maybe saying having issues with draft, like saying he should be on carries more, be playing tanks less, the team needs him to carry, stuff like that. And that could have rubbed a lot of people in the TSM organization the wrong way. And I think it must have, if at this point they still, if they're not willing to take Hauntzer over Solo, Hauntzer over Huni at this point in his career, I don't know. I do think that is pretty weird. Because to me, when I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I expect Lost to be a huge carry this year for TSM. So I would personally want them to have a bigger carry in the top lane, or at least a person with more possibility to carry. I think Huni does have that possibility when he's on to be a big carry. Obviously, he's very inconsistent. You don't know what Huni you're getting on what day. And maybe you get the good Huni a couple days in a row, a couple weeks in a row, whatever. That'd be awesome. And he could carry games. And they could have Lost kind of play that weak side AD carry role, maybe come into his own. Maybe eventually, maybe by the end of the year, he's a strong side player. But right off the bat, I think that'd be big shoes and a big ask of such an inexperienced player. And then Hauntzer, I think, also has the ability to play that strong side, to play that carry role, to play that style of top lane. But I don't think Solo does. I have questions about if Solo could even play that style in the LCS, if he could play that style domestically, but I really would not believe if you told me you think Solo can play strong side top lane internationally. Because, TSM wants to do well in the LCS, but they want to do good at Worlds. They want to try and make it out at groups. They want to do well in the international competition. They just went 0-6 last year, got memed into the ground, got roasted on Twitter, Reddit, every social media, just absolutely embarrassed in front of the biggest audience in the League of Legends world, and they want that to not happen again. And to me, Solo doesn't remedy any of those issues. Even if Huni does come out this year and suck, even if he's super inconsistent, even if TSM decides he's not the answer and they want to go with their backup top laner, I don't think Solo would really provide anything new or different for the team. I think he is a very, very solid weak side top laner, very, very solid weak side option. If he's on a team with a big carry in the mid laner, a big carry in the bot lane, then he could potentially work out. If he's your worst player, your team has a chance to be solid. But if you're asking Solo to carry games at the top of the LCS level or at the international level, at Worlds, at MSI, whatever, I just think that's silly. I don't know. I don't get that. So I think there must be some issues with Hauntzer if Hauntzer is not the favorite to be the TSM Academy top laner. But either way, I do think bringing in Solo or Hauntzer does make more sense than trying to bring in some rookie, some big question mark project guy. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're using the Academy for an old player? That doesn't even make sense. Don't think of it as Academy. Think of this as your backup roster. Just like in sports, in the NBA, in the soccer, in football, whatever. Teams sign backups for positions that they're not 100% sure about, and that's not weird. That's not bad. You have some positions that you want to have projects. You want to be developing people for the future, but you don't want a team of only projects. You need some veterans and stuff. One, I think they can help out the academy team, helping teach your academy players how to learn, how to be professionals, how to win games, how to play the game correctly, but then also being ready to slot into that main roster if Huni does end up blowing up. So that's kind of my thoughts and opinions about that. I am still hoping to go with Hauntzer, but if they don't go with Hauntzer, I would think it's because there is some issues behind the scenes. I would not think it's because TSM just thinks Solo is better than Hauntzer or is going to be fit better for their team than Hauntzer. But again, I don't know. Applehead thinks it's 60-40. That's pretty interesting to me. And then as far as AD carry, he says, we know Babip is going to be the jungler. We know Evolved is going to start out as mid laner, and then Sword's going to come in after he graduates high school. And then for AD carry, we have Cody-san, Apollo, and Gorka. Which I like these percentages. He says 70, 20, 10 for Cody-san, Apollo, Gorka. You guys know I have been a strong advocate of Cody-san. I think he deserves a starting spot in the LCS right now, and I think he would be a great AD carry to pick up. One, because I think if he was in TSM Academy, I think he would absolutely dominate Academy, and I think eventually TSM would be able to sell him off for a decent amount, because I think he is an LCS starting caliber AD carry. Also, again, this is another thing where if Lost doesn't work out, I would be completely comfortable with Cody-san coming in and replacing Lost. I think Cody-san paired up with Sword Art would be super, super fun to watch. I think they would be a nice duo. I think Cody-san would be able to learn a lot from him and hopefully even unlock, a little bit better form, a little bit higher level of play. But yeah, I'm fine with Lost. I think Cody-san would be a cool backup. I actually kind of like Apollo too. I think Apollo's a little bit underrated. He's obviously nothing crazy, but he could be a very, very solid AD carry. If he's your Academy AD carry, I don't think that's terrible. So I do like where TSM is looking a lot with this Academy roster. I do like a lot of the things they're doing. When you look at the team as a whole, again, you have guys that you're building towards the future with Lost and Spica. I think Power of Evil is an absolute beast. I hope he can take a step up and really kind of overtake Jensen as that second best mid laner in the league. I hope he can really compete with Perks and potentially even be the best mid laner in the league this year. That would be very, very exciting. I hope Sword Art is as good as advertised. I hope he is really a beast. I hope he's that Core JJ type player for TSM. I think that would be so awesome, so fun to watch. But yeah, obviously the big question is with Huni in the top lane. What is TSM going to do? How is Huni going to play? How are they going to play around him? What is TSM's style? Are they going to be topside centric? Are they going to try and, reel in Huni a little bit, make him play a little bit more passive, make him play more weak side? I'm really interested to see what this team is going to do. I think a lot of it is going to go through the mid lane. Obviously, I think Spica Power of Evil is going to be the real strong suit of this team. I think Sword Art is going to be roaming to mid a lot. I think Spica is going to be roaming to mid a lot. I think that's where a lot of the big plays are going to happen because Power of Evil is a tried and true carry. If you give him the resources, he can absolutely carry games, even on the international level. This is a guy who has shown up at Worlds time and time again. And he's very, very exciting. He's fun to watch. And I think TSM is going to be a very, very good team in 2021. But again, they have some question marks. They have some questions to answer. And, Bjergsen has a tough task ahead of him as far as finishing out this roster with your academy and finding out exactly what you want to do with it. But then getting these different pieces to mesh together, having it all come together on the Rift, finding a play style and everything that works for them. Obviously, we've heard Sword Art say that he wants TSM to play that LPL style. He wants them to be an aggressive playmaking team. But we haven't seen that much in North America, so I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. I hope that happens. That would be awesome. That would be so exciting. But we got to see it. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think TSM should do for their academy? You think they should go with Solo or Hauntzer? You think they should go with Cody-san, Apollo? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to Dan on the latest content. Check me out over at Twitch, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.